Hello and welcome back to part 2 of the algorithm. So today, hopefully you've been following around this boot camp number 3, day 3. The video is so important, I'm not even gonna waste your time with the intro. So we're gonna go right into it. The first things first, we're gonna be talking about feeding the algorithm. Now, if you go ahead and you click on this video because you're just like, let me see if I can get the answers in 2 seconds, let me not stay. The first thing you need to know is that you need to know how to properly feed the algorithm. I think of the algorithm like a goldfish or a child. No, that's not a good example. But I definitely think of it as a goldfish or basically like, a pet, for the most part. You want to make sure you're feeding it properly. So feeding it properly is going to be 3 times a week, minimum. You cannot just post your video once a month like a period and expect success. Number 2, you want to be posting minutes. This is your time frame for videos. It's going to be 60 seconds or less, or it's going to be 7 minutes or more. Anything in between, the algorithm's just sitting there like, oh my God, what do I do with this video? I know what, nothing. So it's just going to sit there for the most part. And then when I say feed the algorithm, make sure that these videos are also quality. Don't be saying, oh, well, Claire, I posted 3 videos this week and one was of me tying my shoe. The next video was me lacing it up. And the third was me walking away from the bag, because you're gonna mess your bag up if you keep doing that, okay? Definitely make sure you're posting. If you take nothing else from this video, make sure you're feeding it properly. So that's gonna be our first point, is 3 times a week, 7 minutes or more, or 60 seconds or less. Anything between 2 and 4 minutes, I can definitely say in my posting experience, I don't know what to do with it. Even my 6-minute videos, it's still kind of like, I don't know what to do with this. Is this a long or a short video? Something that's considered short is 60 seconds or less. Something that's considered long is 7 minutes or more. But the longer videos, the better. So I already know my numbers are going to be looking better for my watch time, which we'll get into that. My watch time is going to be better because of the fact that my first video this week was like 10 minutes. I think the video I posted on Wednesday was 14. I want to try to get this video to about 12, 14 minutes because I don't want to bore you guys. Anyways, number 2 is stay in your niche. So basically staying in your niche is going to allocate. It's going to make it easier for, if you stay in your niche, it's going to make it easier for the algorithm to allocate your video properly. So if you're going in there and you're staying in your niche, you're basically going to be doing videos that are like, okay, let's say you want to do gaming, right? Because I don't want to just focus on here because I know different people watch my video. So if you're just doing gaming, you want to make sure you go in and you're doing stuff like, oh, okay, so gaming. So let me go about head accessories I bought from the store, a new headset I got from my Xbox. You notice I keep saying Xbox? PlayStation sucks. So you want to just make sure you're staying in that genre. Don't say Xbox and then, hey, I went to Ross to buy these shoes, or hey, I did a comedy video. You can do that, but you have to have the platform before you can start getting more diverse. So I've been wanting to set forward with these YouTube videos and these tips once I started getting hip to the game and posting more. But I know I had to wait until I at least had my 1,000 subscribers before I start stretching here and there. Because like I said, what YouTube likes to call low frequency content creators is anybody 1,000 subscribers and younger. 1,000 subscribers and less. So you want to just really make sure that you're staying in your niche. I know it's very tempting to be like, okay, well, let me post something here and there. Like the algorithm, you need to basically tell the algorithm, you need to go steady with the algorithm for at least 3 months with the same niche before you can even jump or try to stretch out. Like I said, you can be successful if you have our friend, Mr. Nepotism, at your accessibility of nepotism, but you definitely want to make sure you go in and just make sure you're staying in the same niche. I know it's tempting because I'm just like, you know what? I did a funny video today where I did a voiceover for some dogs that would keep messing around outside of my house. And I'm just like, okay, that would be funny. But I'm just like, no, your niche is clear hair. You need to stay in the fashion, beauty, vlogger style. Just like with gaming, you need to stay in the Twitch coding, as well as you want to stay in the Twitch, you want to stay in the coding game, you just want to stay in the streaming genre. You can do anime, but the anime kind of is in the same verse, same universe, but it's going to be kind of hard to venture out in that when you don't have a basis yet. Okay, so number 3, look at trends that are in your niche. So trends would be something similar to when they had the one trend. What's the recent trend that everybody was doing? So for natural hair, they had a trend where a lot of people were using, a lot of people were doing commentary of other natural hair TikToks. So it would make sense for me to also do commentary about that, you know? So for example, so let's say you're doing something like, sewing, right? So if everybody's doing the double stitch sewing tutorials, you need to hop on that trend. Even if you feel like, but Claire, I have my own that I want to do, I'm original, blah, blah. You gotta be pretty basic when you start, all right? You gotta be pretty basic. So basic for what your niche is. Don't be basic in person, let your personality shine, let your money bag collect. But definitely you wanna go ahead and really sit there and really think like, what can I do to stay on trend? As well as what can I do to be true to me? You know, a perfect example. So I recently did it was a really good one, I'm gonna show it right there. I recently did my May the 4th special for Star Wars. I'm a big Star Wars fanatic. I still have them on VHS, episode 1, don't tell nobody. But I'm a big Star Wars fan. But I've been wanting to do a Star Wars tutorial, but I was like, no, I have to wait for May the 4th when people are actually gonna be searching for that. So you wanna make sure you're staying on your niche, and you also wanna get in tune. You want to stay on your niche, and you also want to make sure you're getting in tune with what trends are going to come. You got to be able to predict trends. Perfect example, I did a Valentine's Day hairstyle tutorial and it got mad views because I already filmed it February 1st and I released it a week before Valentine's Day so I can get some type of clout. And then Valentine's Day, I end up releasing the full video. So basically, you want to be able to do these trends. These holidays are the same time each year. For example, June is wedding month for the most part. So I'm already thinking of wedding hairstyles. For example, when the PSP first came out, a lot of people, I think it's the PS5, don't quote me, but the PS5 first came out, the one that looks like iRobot. When the PS5 first came out, a lot of people were doing tutorials on it. A lot of people were doing streaming, a lot of people were doing advice, a lot of people were doing reviewing the actual set, saying, oh, what's this, A, B, C, da, da, da. But you want to be able to get on these trends that's also in your financial capability. I'm not telling you to go buy this stuff because I'm going to let you in a little secret. Most of the stuff that's given to these people is given for the free. It's free advertising. This is marketing 101. I'm not going to go on a job today. So number 4 is you need to be able to think on the fly when it comes to algorithm. So the algorithm is based on what's trending. Perfect example. So I'm going to show my video again right here. So Meg Thee Stallion releases Meg Thee Stallion the Baby. It sounds so crazy when I say it like that. Let me try an accent. The one known as Meg Thee Stallion and the Baby recently released a video called Cry Baby. And basically I knew the video was gonna drop on Thursday. I released my tutorial Wednesday, and by Friday, I already had wiped everybody who did a tutorial on it, especially in my realm, the small content creators. I already wiped them out of the board with 7,000 views because of the fact that no one didn't do the tutorial yet. No one didn't do the tutorial yet. And then on top of that, I knew that once the video dropped, people are gonna watch it. Now it's what I called a cold case, because the fact that no one's really, besides, I get, curiosity, like once you see my channel, then you start streaming all my videos, but most of the time it's what I consider a cold case. So basically what's happening is that no one cares about it anymore. So that's like if I dropped a Valentine's Day tutorial today, besides my subscribers that watch all my videos, I can come up here and just sneeze and they'll be like, oh my God, what's a tutorial? At you. Besides that, you gotta get that basis forms too as well, which I'm working on daily. No one's gonna be looking for this. Same thing with, so it's like if someone did a freaking GameCube, God, horrible system. So if someone did a GameCube tutorial, they would probably, unless it was a vintage one or someone who was like a bigger content creator, more on the million subs side, no one cares. No one's gonna watch it. You're making a video that's past due. It's what I called a cold case. Make sure you remember that. Take a shot for every time I say cold case, okay? So the final one, and then I have a bonus one. So what I was going to tell you, let's go back to my example of you feeding the algorithm. you want to make sure that when you're feeding the algorithm, the algorithm is like a 2-year-old toddler. At first, they were eating whatever you gave them, right? But then they like to change their diet, right? I don't have any kids, but I babysit a lot. And I can tell you that the algorithm changes its diet. So something that you would see as, okay, well, this tag is going to be good. Let me just keep using it. I don't know about you, but every single time I put a video out, I refresh my tags. So I go in TubeBuddy, I'm just like, hey, is this important still? Hey, do people care about this anymore? You know, because it can change here and there. I had a video previously where I did edge control. I did an edge control review, and I did that months ago. I only had like 20 views, basically next of kin. I only had 20 views, and then all of a sudden people started wanting to know how to do their edges. Somewhere mid-November it picked up. It has like sitting at 2,000 views now. And that's because that trend popped up, it changed. So like I said, you gotta also be careful, because I know what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do. This is gonna happen. You're gonna get your list of tags that you always like to use, and then you're just gonna keep using them. You gotta understand, the algorithm's like a little kid. She already changed her diet. She doesn't want chicken nuggets anymore. She wants Lunchables, okay? So you wanna make sure that you're going and you're refreshing your tags. Now, mind you, there are bigger tags that will always pull in views, like anything related to 2021, since that's our current year on Earth. You want to just make sure that that's like one of those ones that it will always pull in views, because everybody wants recent videos, you know. Now, that brings me to my next subject, flooding the algorithm. So I'm going to pre-warn my subscribers, and not just my YouTube content creators who have just jumped onto my channel. I will be flooding the algorithm when I'm done doing my YouTube bootcamp at the end of next Friday. So what's flooding the algorithm? I'm glad you asked. Flooding the algorithm is when you sit there, you post in your niche videos back to back. Like Drake would say, back to back, okay? You wanna go ahead and post as many videos as you can each day until the algorithm straightens itself out. So basically, it's like you're giving it practice. So you know how many times when you first started driving, you're just like, dang, I don't know what I'm doing. Some people still don't know what they're doing. So you're basically driving, you don't know what you're doing. Every day you kept driving, you got better. Okay, now I know how to turn my signal on. No, seriously, please turn the signal on. I'll leave that rant for another day. But every single day, you're just like, okay, now I know how to do this in gear. Now I know how to park. You're basically moving. You're doing a tire rotation. You're setting them a wheel alignment all the way back. Because right now with algorithm seeing with mine, it's just like I still have my natural hair, but I'm also venturing out into YouTube content creator tips. So when I keep flooding it, this is what's gonna happen. It's gonna move right back to where it was, where we can start driving and putting our turning signal on for natural hair. So that's what's gonna happen. So after I'm done with my content creator bootcamp, which I wanna at least do this bootcamp, I wanna get into the habit of doing this bootcamp as soon as I feel like I've learned a little bit more. So I wanna try to do where, okay, I got to 10,000, let me tell them what I did. I got to 20,000, let me tell them what I did. So I wanna definitely get into that habit, and I do have it on the playlist right there. So you guys can go ahead and, you know, work through that when you have a chance. But I can definitely say that's one thing that I can definitely say that you need to really take away from it. So I'm gonna go on to my recap for the people who have fast forward. So the recap is you need to be posting 3 times a week, and then 7 minutes or more, or 60 seconds or less. And you wanna also make sure that you know this is possible. If you actually sit there, like I have a planner, I have these, this is just for this week, you know? So I have a planner, you guys can do this. To me, it's like grocery shopping. I'm just like clean this, mop the house, film the video, put the seasoning in, find chicken wings because they're all gone. Like that's my schedule for the day. You can do this, you know, if you really, really want to work at it. And like I said, the YouTube algorithm will go ahead and reward you, because the longer videos you post and the more often you post, he or she, binary, non-binary, the algorithm's gonna sit there and just push your information to the front, even if it's trash. So, like I said, what I say last episode, we're gonna get them views for you. So you basically want to make sure that you're posting as much as possible. Make sure you stay in your niche. Make sure you stay in your niche. Look up trends. Be able to make videos on the fly. Make sure you're updating as well as researching the trends that are going on right now, the tags as well. And then bonus, make sure you flood the algorithm after you do something that's different in your niche. So if you must go out of your niche and you're a small content creator, which is 1,000 views and smaller, I would say flood the algorithm. It could be old videos, as long as it is your face coming from your URL. Yeah, I'm being specific because I know people don't watch videos all the way. I'm telling secrets at the end. Your URL, your URL coming from your YouTube channel, and it's in the same niche, YouTube is gonna reward you. Okay. It's gonna go ahead and bring all the traffic to your page to where you can at least, me personally, I've noticed that the longer videos I get at least 10 subscribers a week or more from just posting longer videos because they push your content more. The main struggle about being a content creator, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. The main struggle about being a content creator is the fact that your items are not being seen. That's the frustration. You sit here and spend 3 hours, 4 hours researching on your topic, and then 2 hours editing and then re-editing because you think it's not perfect, and then no one's seeing it. I don't want you wasting your time, okay? We already got our time wasted last year in this parallelogram, so I just want to really go ahead and hopefully this will help you. Next week's episode, we're going to talk about PR and why you should not argue with the trolls and you shouldn't feed them either. Claire Haire. Subscribe and share.